if you take the advice from the turtles with no vision and make it your own. So now you are a tall turtle. Because you may say, I see that out there's a river. I see that there's all this. I see there's food. I see all that. Let's go. And the turtle goes, where do you want to go? Everything you have is here. You have a roof. You have some food. You might not have enough, but there's food there. Why do you want to go all the way over there? We're fine here. That's a turtle. The problem is that you listen. You get stuck. And you stay there because you're listening to the turtle all the time. Now, I want you to understand that if somebody ever tells you, I can take you, because we all have those uncles. I know how to be rich. I know how to get to the fortune. I know how to get here, and I know how to get there, but they've never, ever done it. You can get crushed if you follow advice of somebody who doesn't or have never walked the walk where you need to be. You got to start learning that the opportunity is up to you. The opportunity to follow someone, always ask for documentation from that person. Always ask for people to give you that documentation that show you in the steps that you want to be or where you want to become. So I would suggest you ask the eagles for advice. Don't ask the turtles. Ask the eagles. Ask the people. You get there, because they'll guide you exactly how to get there. You may not be able to fly just yet. You can see high. You can see yourself further on. But if you ask somebody with no vision down low, they're just going to give you their point of view. And if you're asking somebody with a low point of view, my friends, you're going to get stuck in a low point of life. So start asking people who have accomplished what you want. People who have accomplished and got further than you. How did they get to that point? See, let me tell you a little bit about myself. When I joined the business, I got impressed by a gentleman. You know, I was 17 at the time. I got impressed with this gentleman that, you know, was the first person who actually mentored me, put, you know, the little circles and little napkin presentation and everything else, and convinced me to leave the company I was at, that was a crystal company, to go with him. But he didn't convince me. I told him I would, because I understood everything he was telling me. But the thing that most impressed me about the gentleman is that he was making 20 grand a month, 20,000. For me, that time, that was incredible money, and I couldn't fathom people making that kind of money. I couldn't understand it. I couldn't understand how people could make more, but yet this is the first person that I literally saw. He made 20 grand. What did I do? He was my eagle. I was the giraffe. I started to walk up, talk to him, and basically follow him everywhere he went. I carried the briefcases. I went to every meeting that he went. I helped him carry stuff out of the car. I learned his presentation. I learned how he presented. I learned how he talked to people. When I first did my first presentation, guess what happened? I even presented myself as his name, Sean. Why? Because I was so by the script that I even named myself the same name as him. It just clicked in my head. I did it by mistake, but guess what? I closed everybody in the room. I closed everybody that I was talking to. And then from there, I kept growing to the point I started making 20 grand a month. And all I did was duplicate what he was doing, even his dumb jokes. I was repeating them, and people were still laughing. And I kept going to the point that I kind of got stuck at 20 grand. A little higher, a little lower, but I got stuck over there, 20 grand a month. Now, for a lot of people who says, man, we can live on 20 grand a month, no problem. But guess what? I had aspirations. I was a very tall giraffe. So when I saw somebody else, I saw another eagle cross by, and she goes, I make $80,000 a month, and showed me. Guess what I did? I start following her. I start duplicating everything she does. I start moving everywhere. Everything that she was doing, I was repeating it over and over and over again until I was making her money. See, my friends, the secret here is duplication. The secret here is repeating what other people are doing that are successful. A lot of you who are in here at giraffes are believing the people who are just talking out of their ears and saying, all you got to do is go online. All you got to do is get this funnel. All you got to do is get this stuff. And everything will work for you. People are lazy, and that's why it feels that it's right all the time. But show me a person who's earning 7 figures that way, and you're not going to find it. Because they're always building and building and building and building, and they're never building. The key point is called residual. Residual is the business, that part of the business that keeps giving to you, keeps giving to you, keeps giving to you, to a point that you are making money without you even working. You can actually retire and keep making those 20 or 80 grand a month because people are duplicating. When people don't do that, it becomes that hard. Now, a lot of you are looking for the easy way. And I'm telling you what, and you need to listen to me, and listen to me once. I'll write this down. There is no easy way. I know everybody wants to look for the shortcut. There is no shortcut. And unfortunately, everybody wants to do it the short way, the easy way, everything else. Nobody wants to invest into their business. Everybody wants everything free. Everybody wants everything in their hands. Everybody, guess what? If you're going to continue being that person, you're going to continue being broke. You got to learn to step up, be different, walk against, once against everybody else, the way they're going, you go the opposite way. Do things that are different, unique to you. And that's what we're supposed to do. Now, who do you duplicate? Duplicate the successful people. People that you actually see. If you see somebody goes, I earn $1 million, show me you make $1 million, and then I'll follow you. Don't just take their word for it because you saw them on YouTube or Facebook or because they're somebody. Let them show you their back office. Let them show you their bank accounts. That's where you will see if the person is real or not, if what they're saying is true. Because a blind person can't guide a blind. I'm telling you right now. If you want to get somewhere in life, you want to be successful, follow somebody who's successful and do what they're doing. Repeat it, you will be successful. Just as simple. Hope you guys understand. Now, if you seek advice from the Eagles, simply duplicate, like I was telling you, everything they do. That's all you got to do. You don't have to do anything spectacular. Guess what? A 7-year-old can duplicate something a 7-figure earner can do. It's not that hard. You know what makes it hard? That you have that mentality of being a giraffe and still asking your turtles for advice. Turning around, what do you think? Should I do this? Turtle's going to go, you crazy? I go, oh yeah, I'm sorry. You don't do it. Stop asking the turtles for advice. Ask the Eagles. Do what the Eagles do. It's just that simple, my friends. Now, eventually, if you do what the Eagles do, you will fly as an eagle and you get what you wanted. But it takes courage. It takes pain. It takes work. Listen to me. It takes work. It's not going to be easy. But I promise you one thing, my friends. If you learn to do this right now, it won't be easy, but you will be free the rest of your life. It'll become easy as soon as you learn the art form. I tell people it's simple like this. When you first cooked, you didn't cook something that was wonderful. You cooked something that was horrible. You didn't even want to eat it. But little by little, you start cooking, you start perfecting your recipes. You perfected a recipe to a point that that's the item that everybody wants when they invite you over to their house. Bring that pie, bring that casserole, bring that whatever. But it becomes you because you practice it so good that you became the teacher, you became the professional, you became the master of that. You got to become the master at this business. You got to get that black belt. You got to get that. You got to become that guru. You got to become that person. But the only way to do it is to practice your art form. Talk to people every day. Even if you don't exit your house, even if you're not going outside, guess what? Talk to your neighbors. Talk to your, people that you know.